7 moving tips and packing hacks. Come pack with me. Hey, it's Elizabeth with Amaze Apartment Homes in the NoDa District in Charlotte, North Carolina. And on today's episode, we're going to do 7 moving tips and packing hacks. Come pack with me while we get everything organized. If you find this video helpful, make sure you smash that like button, click subscribe, and check out in the description link below more about Amaze Apartment Homes if you're in the NoDa District in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, let's dive into our first moving tip and our packing hack to make this easy, not stressful, and completely calm to move. Our first moving tip is going to be start early. Ideally, start 4 months in advance or even 3 months, but really that might be stretching it. Start in advance because that planning is going to save you the stress, the hecticness, and energy of focusing in on time deadlines. If you have 4 months in advance, it's going to give you proper planning. It's going to give you time to do some of these hacks, but more importantly, it's being a good neighbor, right? And depending on your apartment complex or where you're moving from, you're going to need to give notice and proper notice to be a good neighbor. So plan accordingly, but also that's going to help you save money, save time, and save that stress. Tip number 2 for our moving tip and packing hack is going to be donate, donate, donate. Okay, so a couple of examples. One, I have this cooking sheet. Y'all see this thing? This thing has been through some love. It's been through some cooking in my apartment. Y'all, when I lived in a studio apartment and then moved to a 3-bedroom apartment, this thing, it's been there. It's been there if it only could talk. But look, y'all, it's dirty. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I could scrub it and all this, but really, honestly, I'm going to go ahead and donate this to someone who may need it more than myself. And then when I move into my new apartment, into the 3-bedroom apartment, I'm gonna just purchase a new one. And I feel very good about blessing somebody and donating that and going through my items to donate, which goes back to tip number 1 of I'm gonna need 4 months to go through my kitchen, my bathroom, my bedroom, my closet, different spaces, and depending on what size home you're moving from prior to moving, you're gonna need to figure this out to donate and go through all of your stuff. The last thing that you're gonna wanna do is schlep and move stuff to your new apartment that you don't need to, right? And I would really recommend, making sure you're donating and donating to good causes, right? In Charlotte, North Carolina, I live in the NoDa District. I've looked around to see what do I love, what is what do I want to do for Salvation Army, or there's a bunch of different ones you can Google in your area of where to donate. And of course with donations and with going to be our tip number 3 is if you're able to have packers, of course all of these would completely eliminate these. If you're not able to have packers, these are the great tips. I've moved, and my moving hack for you is if you can get packers, get packers. It's worth the cost in that. If you're not in that position to get packers to help you move, then these tips are totally applicable and will really help you. Particularly tip number 3 with our pack with me, our moving tip number 3 is throw stuff away. My friend, you don't need to take, I love Fresh Jacks. I love their kitchen seasonings. My apartment has tons of Fresh Jacks. Fresh Jacks, call me. But look, there's not that much seasoning left in this. Why am I gonna schlep this glass bottle, take it there? I can happily give this to one of my awesome neighbors. Again, I know my neighbors. I love my community. I want, if the people want that, my neighbors want it, if a family member, a friend, whatever, or throw it away, right? Some things you can throw away. It's okay to chuck some things out so you're not schlepping it or paying someone else, if you have packers, to schlep it for you. So making sure that you're throwing stuff away too. You probably have a bunch of garbage in there. I have a very enriched schedule. You very well may too. And sometimes I just don't get around to donations and throwing things away. So this is the opportunity and the time, but that's why we need 4 months to do this, to allow the time to throw out, and so we're not scrambling last minute. Tip number 4 for our moving tips and our packing hacks is a color labeling system. Oh yes, I did. I love this tip. My inner little kindergartner comes out, and you can do this on your computer. You can hand do it. If you have kids, they can make it for you. Whatever is easiest and whatever fits your personality style best, but a color labeling system. So I have here, purple is for the kitchen, red is for the bathroom, green is for bedroom number 1. You can have a master color sheet, and on your back boxes that you're packing, you can put the appropriate color on there. So then your movers or you know where everything is going. You can label it still on the box, hey, it's going to the kitchen, but if you can visually quickly see, oh, it's purple, that's the kitchen, it's going to make the moving process more thorough but quicker and more efficient too. I highly recommend a color system because you can easily put marker on here with the color, use color tape to put on there in addition to labeling your boxes clearly. The worst thing you could do is not label your boxes or use a color system, but this is very quick, efficient. You can also get at supply stores, or I'll link these down below. Everything will be affiliate links down in the description link below. Colored dots. It's easy to put the dots on there too to help you with your color-coded system. So use this and make it adaptable for you of what would be best for your moving situation, right? Like if you're throwing away and donating a bunch of stuff, you very well may have less colors on your color coding sheets, your master colors, but maybe you're moving a ton of stuff. You're moving into a spacious 3-bedroom apartment. Make sure that you really, really thoroughly, bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2, or Samantha's bedroom, or Chris's bedroom, and same thing with bathrooms as well. Hall bathroom, master bathroom, really labeling it very well. I've even put on mine my linen closet, pantry, so I make it separate in the kitchen. I'll make a separate color for the pantry versus like kitchen things. That has been helpful too for the unpacking. And by the way, would you like an unpacking part 2 video? Put in the comments below. That is your question of the day is, would you like an unpacking video? Would that be helpful for you for your apartment living? I know at Amaze Apartment Homes, when I unpacked my stuff, it was a process, and I have some experience, strength, and hope that I would love to share with you if that is of interest. So put that in the comments below. Tip number 5 on your moving tips and packing hacks is save your Amazon boxes. My friends, this is why starting 4 months in advance is awesome. If you're packing your own boxes and you don't have packers, start saving your Amazon boxes. You can start packing them. It's not stressful because you can have time in advance to pack things, not have to scramble around for boxes. If you are not able or you need more boxes, I will link down below the best sources I have found to get boxes, or at like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, because they have industrial type thicker boxes. The Amazon boxes are great for lighter weight things, but for heavier things like kitchen pots and pans, I like having those Lowe's or Home Depot boxes because they're more sturdy and they're less apt to break, right? But for the lighter items, definitely save your boxes that you get packages shipped in. Even the little ones, they will come in handy. Number 6 for our moving tips and packing hacks on our Pack With Me series is buy packing tape and then buy extra. Whatever you think it is, buy double. I promise you, you're going to run out of packing tape if you don't plan accordingly. I learned the hard way and literally had to go buy tape like 3 different times because I kept underbuying. So my encouragement to you, I love the Scotch brand, and again, I'll link down below an affiliate link for this. This packing tape is super, super strong. I had bought cheaper packing tape and it was so frustrating. It kept shredding, it wouldn't cut properly, and having one of these little cutter things is helpful on it. It made the process much faster, more efficient, and I didn't waste as much tape. Also, I found that packing the pots and pans or heavier items, the box needed a sturdy tape. If I used flimmy tape, the box broke through. And that would be the worst thing of moving, even in my pre-prep packing, say that 5 times fast, in my pre-prep packing, I found that some of my boxes broke through. I packed them way too heavily. So don't pack your boxes too heavily, but make sure you also have strong tape to prevent anything from falling through your packed boxes. Moving tip number 7 for your packing hacks and your Pack With Me series is save any sort of bubble wrap you may get in packages, right? Like these would be great for packing up kitchen glasses or breakables if you have any sort of like memento type things that could be breakable. These are great extra bubble wrap that you already get with your packages to use on your packing experience. So I recommend that, but I also really recommend, I purchased a ton of tissue paper, and in fact the time I was moving was at the after Christmas sale, and there was a ton of discounted tissue paper, and that worked great for packing my dishes, packing other, like some of my clothes. I had put some tissue in between, things like that. So having extra tissue was very helpful for packing in addition to bubble wrap. Also, the bubble wrap I did end up buying, I bought huge big rolls of it, was from an Office Depot, a Staples type of office store. I'll link down below those in addition to some other online sources where you can buy huge bubble wrap to help you pack. I had my grandmother's china and I definitely wanted to make sure that was marked fragile and that I packed it super well. If you have packers packing for you, for me, I wanted to make sure I packed my china. That was important for me, so when the movers did come, they could lift it, it was well marked. I knew I had packed it so well that it would really, really minimize the chance of things breaking. Because even with professional packers, there are things that potentially can break in the moving process. I knew walking into moving to expect at least one thing would break, if not more. And thankfully the thing that broke, I didn't really care about. It really made no difference. But the movers we had were super professional. I can definitely do a part 2 and a part 3 series on how to pick the best movers and the best packers. I've got some great tips on those. But for today's videos, we are talking about packing. So to recap our 7 best moving tips and packing hacks, number 1, start in advance. Ideally 4 months in advance, if not longer. Be a good neighbor, give notice to your apartment complex or wherever you're moving from. Number 2, by having that amount of time, you can throw out a ton of stuff. Get rid of it, don't schlep it, throw it away. Or number 3, bless someone else with it. Give someone else the opportunity to have something that you no longer need or want. They will want it, I'm sure, and treasure it. Or an organization, a charitable organization, would be happy to give you a tax refund for donating your awesome items. Tip number 4 is to make sure that you have a labeling sheet, a master color-coded sheet to help you easily unpack your items and figure out what room to put things in when you're actually moving. Having a color-coded system makes it faster for you and more efficient for you. Tip number 5, save your Amazon boxes. Because you're starting in advance at least 4 months, you can start saving boxes for packages that get shipped to you and start packing along the way. Tip number 6, make sure that you buy tape, packing tape. I love the Scotch brand, so buy a higher end type of tape and not cheap ones that could fray or you have to pick at them a long time to be able to get the roll going, and then buy double. You will need more probably than you think you do when you are packing yourself. Tip number 7, make sure you have bubble wrap, tissue paper, or big industrial types of bubble wrap to pack up your fragile items, pack up special mementos, things that you definitely don't want to get broken, and label those boxes clearly marked fragile. If you are in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and in the NoDa District, make sure you check out Amaze Apartment Homes, the best apartment complex in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Elizabeth and I hope you found this video helpful. Smash that like button, click subscribe, click like, and I'll see you guys again next time. Check out the description link below. Bye friends!